everyone, my name is Asri Fikriani Sajida and I am currently pursuing my master degree in English Education at Universitas Indraprasta PGRI. First of all, thank you for watching my video presentation, and this is part of the final assessment for the course Academic Speaking for Scientific Purposes. And today I will present on the topic Motivating EFL Learners, Strategies to Keep Students Engaged. Motivation is a critical factor in learning English. Throughout this presentation, I will share key theories, practical strategies, challenges, and tips that educators can apply to maintain high motivation among EFL learners. Let's begin with an overview of what this presentation will cover. Here is the outline of today's presentation. First, I will provide background on the concept of motivation and its significance in language learning. Then, I will explain key strategies that teachers can use to motivate EFL learners effectively. After that, we will discuss common challenges educators face in maintaining motivation and explore practical tips to overcome this obstacle and sustain student engagement. And finally, I will conclude with a summary of the key points discussed and their implication for teaching practice. Understanding motivation is essential for educators striving to create effective language learning environment. Motivation can be defined as the internal drive that propels individuals toward achieving their goals. In the context of EFL learning, motivation determines the amount of effort and persistence learners apply. We'll look at three important theories here. First, self-determination theories by Deci and Ryan suggest that learners are most motivated when their needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness are met. This translates into learners feeling in control, capable, and connected with the classroom community. Second, goal-setting theory emphasizes setting specific, challenging, but attainable goals as a way to increase motivation and provide a clear path for progress. Third, Bandura self-efficacy theory highlights that learners who believe in their ability to succeed are more likely to persist and overcome difficulties. In teaching, fostering this self-belief through positive feedback and scaffolding is crucial. In conclusion, these motivation theories provide a comprehensive framework for understanding how educators can cultivate an environment that supports learners' psychological needs and goal achievements, which ultimately enhance their engagement and success in learning English. Now, let's move on to some key strategies that teachers can implement to effectively motivate EFL learners. The first strategy is to create a positive learning environment, and this means fostering a supportive classroom atmosphere where students feel safe, respected, and encouraged to take risks without fear of making mistakes. When learners perceive this environment as positive nurturing, their motivation tends to increase significantly. Secondly, promoting autonomy and choice is crucial. According to self-determination theory, when learners have some control over their learning process, such as choosing topic, methods, or tasks, they feel more engaged, motivated. Giving students choices can range from selecting topic for discussion to deciding how to demonstrate their understanding. Third, using engaging, irrelevant materials makes learning more meaningful. Materials should connect to students' interests, goals, and real-life experiences. This relevance can turn passive learning into active participation, sparking intrinsic motivation. Fourth, incorporating collaborative learning methods encourages interaction and builds relatedness among learners. Group work and peer activities not only enhance language skill, but also foster social connection, which contribute to motivation. Lastly, providing construction feedback is essential. Feedback should be specific, positive, and aimed at guiding improvement rather than just pointing out errors. This approach helps build learners' self-efficacy, making them feel capable of overcoming challenges. Motivating EFL learners is crucial but often challenging. One major difficulty is the diverse background and needs of learners. Students differ in their English proficiency, learning style, cultural context, and personal goals. This diversity makes it hard to teachers to design activities or strategies that engage everyone equally. Second, many students experience language anxiety for making mistakes in front of others. This fear of embarrassment or failure often reduces their willingness to participate even when they understand the material. Another issue is the lack of immediate reward. Unlike other subjects with more visible progress, language learning takes time. Students may feel stuck or discouraged if they do not see quick results. Then, there is the issue of external pressures such as family responsibilities, school obligation, or even part-time work that compete with language learning and reduces focus. Finally, limited resources and large class size means less time for individual attention. This is also limit the use of diverse materials or interactive activities that usually help maintain interest. Understanding this real food challenge allow teachers to respond with more empathy and create practical and motivating solutions for their students. Well, to overcome those challenges, here are some practical ways to keep learning engaged. First, set clear and achievable goals. When learners know exactly what they are working toward, they stay more focused and motivated. Even small milestones help students to see their progress. And the second, use of a variety of teaching methods. Changing activities, using visual, media games, or discussion can make lesson more interesting and inclusive for different learning styles. It also prevents boredom and promotes active learning. Third, give opportunities for self-reflection. When students think about their own progress and set personal goals, they build autonomy and motivation. And this can be done through journals, self-checklists, or learning portfolio. Fourth, celebrate success regularly. Recognizing effort and improvement through prize, small rewards, or showcasing student works boosts self-confidence and encourage continued effort. Lastly, create a classroom environment that feels safe and supportive. When learners feel respected, encouraged, and connected to both their peers and teachers, they are more likely to participate and stay engaged. When applied consistently, these tips can transform the classroom into a motivating and dynamic learning space. To wrap up, motivation is a key driver of successful language learning. However, it is not a fixed trait. It changes over time and influenced by many factors, both personal and external. Using motivation theories such as intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation or the self-determination theory can be teachers understand what energizes learners from within and how to support that drive. Equally important is addressing the real challenges students face: fear of failure, lack of time, or the feeling that progress is too slow. By acknowledging these obstacles and responding with empathy, teachers can create a more effective supportive environment. Finally, sustaining motivation requires ongoing effort, clear goals, varied learning, experiences recognition, and positive classroom culture. These strategies don't just support language development, They empower students to take ownership of their learning journey. A motivated learner is more resilient, more confident, and more likely to succeed. And that's what effective EFL teaching should aim for.